Hello my brothers. Welcome to our video on Eastern and Western Christianity. In this journey, we will explore the differences and similarities between these two important Christian traditions, delving into the history, theology, and religious practices that have shaped these communities over the centuries. Get ready to discover the riches of Eastern and Western Christianity and how they contributed to the diversity of the Christian world. Let's get started. Western Christianity and Eastern Christianity are two branches of Christianity that have significant differences in terms of history, theology, liturgy, religious practices, and culture. Here are some of the main differences between them. East-West Schism. The primary historical and divisive difference is the East-West Schism, which occurred in 1054 AD. This resulted in the separation of Christian churches into two major traditions, the Roman Catholic Church in the West and the Orthodox Church in the East. Ecclesiastical leadership. In Western Christianity, ultimate authority is generally attributed to the Pope, the Bishop of Rome, who is considered the supreme leader of the Catholic Church. In Eastern Christianity, there is no single leader with universal authority like the Pope. Instead, various Orthodox churches have their own leaders, known as Patriarchs, Archbishops, or Metropolitans, who have authority in their specific jurisdiction. Theology. While there are many similarities in Christian theology, there are some important theological differences. For example, the understanding of original sin differs between the traditions. In the West, it is often discussed in terms of transmitting Adam's guilt, whereas in the East, the emphasis is more on the consequence of sin, which is death. Liturgy. Liturgical traditions also vary. Western Christianity, especially the Roman Catholic Church, is known for using the Mass as its primary form of worship, while Eastern Christianity uses the Divine Liturgy as its central form of worship. Eastern liturgies tend to be more elaborate and frequently include the use of icons. Nicene Creed. There is a difference in the Nicene Creed, one of the most important statements of faith for Christians. The Roman Catholic Church added the Filioque clause to the Nicene Creed, which states that the Holy Spirit proceeds from the Father and the Son. Eastern Orthodox churches do not accept this addition and affirm that the Holy Spirit proceeds only from the Father. Liturgical practices. There are differences in liturgical practices, such as how communion is administered. Eastern churches often offer communion under both species, bread and wine, to the faithful, while in the West, it is more common to receive only one species, usually just the bread. Clerical marriage. While in the Roman Catholic Church, priests are generally celibate, except in certain circumstances, many Orthodox churches allow married men to be ordained as priests. This is less common in the West. Architecture and art. Architecture and art in Western and Eastern churches can also be distinct. Western churches often feature stained glass windows and statues, while Eastern churches have a richer tradition of icons and mosaics. Culture and history. Eastern Christianity is rooted in a different culture and history from Western Christianity. Orthodox churches have strong ties to the cultural and historical traditions of Eastern countries such as Greece, Russia, Ukraine, and Egypt, while the Roman Catholic Church has a stronger influence in Western culture, including Western Europe. Jurisdictions and diversity. Both traditions have a diversity of jurisdictions and liturgical rites. In Eastern Christianity, there are several autocephalous Orthodox churches, each with its own leadership and liturgical traditions. In Western Christianity, there are various denominations, including the Catholic Church, Anglican Church, Lutheran Church, and many others. It is important to note that these are generalizations, and there are exceptions and variations within each tradition. Additionally, in recent decades, there have been efforts at dialogue and reconciliation between Western and Eastern churches aimed at overcoming some of the historical differences.